Because the first thing that you saw the cold open was last week where things were breaking down and Jimmy Uso came back, but he and Roman still got left laying. And Jimmy was like to Roman's like, we need help. But then they established a little thing in the back that Jey still won't talk to Jimmy. He's like, no yeet. So then, but the first live thing on the program is Solo and the Tongas and Jacob coming to the ring to do a promo. And again, all they need to do is see these guys, and the people are chanting OTC, OTC. They're with this thing, and they take their time getting in the ring, all the pomp and the pageantry, and then Solo does the acknowledge me, and they fucking boo big. And they chant Solo sucks, Solo sucks. It's like it's a studio audience. So anyway, Solo put himself over, and his promos are getting better. Have you noticed? I think he's getting a little more comfortable with it.
A little bit, maybe.
And he put himself over, and the story, he's created a bigger, stronger bloodline, and Roman Reigns can't do nothing about it. Or Jimmy. Look at what we did to him. And Jey doesn't want nothing to do with it either. And the people start chanting, yeet, yeet, yeet. And he says these beatings are going to continue. We're going to still keep beating on Roman Reigns unless he comes out here and he acknowledges me. And then all of a sudden, Jey's music plays. And here he comes down his normal entrance from up top down through the people, and the big reaction, and they're waving and they're yeeting and they're spitting about. And he confronts them all by himself in the ring to Solo. What's up, little brother? But have you noticed, I've realized now, part of the problem with Jey Uso's promos is that by the time he gets to the ring from doing all that horse shit, he's so blowed up, he's trying not to breathe hard. And by trying not to breathe hard, I think he's blowing himself up worse. Could you tell that?
I could tell that here. This specific promo, when he first started, he was out of breath completely.
Yeah, and he's trying not to show that he is. And that's sometimes why he can only say a few words. So yeet gets him a breath or two. But the
man's a genius.
Well, but at the same time, I wish maybe he'd take 30 seconds, just do some fucking hyperventilating in the corner and then come out normal. But his story was that he still cares about Solo. He's his brother. But he wants to talk to him because think about what you're doing to the family. I left to become my own man. I became the Intercontinental Champion. And now all the people are chanting, you deserve it. He can't even get his pitch out. They're chanting at him again. And this is no good. Fighting over the Ulafala is no good. It's earned. It's not taken. And the family and sis and mom, whatever, right? And Solo busted in on him and kind of kicked it in. That's why I'm there on the promo. He was making fun of Jey, kind of being sarcastic, and not just that stone face that, we were seeing at one point in time, right? But anyway, he's telling Jey that I'm the tribal chief, and you're always got a place in my establishment here, whatever, but you have to acknowledge me. Are you in or out? And they're chanting OTC, OTC. And then Jimmy said, why'd you have to go get these three? Look at them. There's a reason that we stayed away from them. And again, this story where these guys were the ones that were too bad for the original bloodline. What now? Go ahead.
Well, that line, there's a reason. Was that specifically about Jacob, or was it about all of them?
I think it's all of them.
I thought that was just about cousin Jacob.
Well, I think it's all of them because now that they're trying to, because let's face it, the Tongas are a little dry, right? Dry as the beach on Tonga. So maybe they're trying to bring them in as far as being, because they're just, And truthfully, they're the tag team champions, but they're also flunkies whenever one of the top singles guys wants to beat everybody up because they can't beat up Jacob and they can't beat up Solo. So, but nevertheless, I think he's either that or maybe Jimmy just fucked it up. I don't know. But, there's a reason we stayed away from him, makes him dangerous. But that's when he looked at Jacob and said, if you keep looking at me like that, I'm going to knock your ass out. And that got a huge pop. And I wrote then, I'm loving this because this is great. They're doing a good job and it's got something going on. They're keeping it fresh. And Solo, of course, keeps Fatu back. Or not Jimmy, rather, if I said Jimmy earlier, but Jey said, next time I see you, it's going to be different. Yeet. And then Jey leaves while Solo has his hands out where he's not holding them back like they're trying to pull loose from him, but he's in control of them. So now Jey has an issue with these people, but he still don't trust his brother and what is Roman, the cousin or the cuz or whatever the fuck is going on.
Well, based on what happens in this show, it doesn't seem like the issue is really with his brother as much as with Roman specifically. And you can understand that if you remember anything about the actual Bloodline history.
Well, it don't sound like condescending Uncle Dave to me. I'm willing to learn.
Jim!
You know that if you remember. Yes, I'm just saying that there's still a level of mistrust amongst the original Bloodline members because of the way that everything went down.
Do they need to give Jacob Fatu something every few weeks where he just has a display, even if it's like a handicap match, just something? If he's going to be standing there a lot, not doing anything because he's the bodyguard and it's just about his face, should they give him, little displays just to reinforce what he could do?
Yes, and I think they have been giving him some little displays in terms of, when he gets the spot in the finish where he no-sells something, or he's the one that wipes somebody out, or he's the one that turns the tide. But I agree with you that even once a month, put him against two whoever the fucks, and not even job guys, but just two fucking guys. They obviously don't mind beating people around here. And just let him do a handicap match and do his shit. Stay away from the little fucking headbutt. But that was a 17-minute segment right there, and that was great stuff. And it didn't get old because it kept moving and there was some twists and turns.
And it was the best thing with Jey Uso in a long time.
Yeah.
Because it really went with his strengths, which is doing these kind of segments with the Bloodline, with his family. That is what got him over. And the Yeet thing has been the thing happening on Raw, but this is the Jey Uso I like.